We hyped him up. Big match John. Big movie John. John Cena. We said that we couldn't wait to watch his new movie, Hidden Strike. Well, guys, we did watch a little bit of it, and as you can guess, the fact when we watched a little bit of it tells you it wasn't very good. Welcome back to Fog Entertainment here for a movie review. I think this is the first time we've ever done a movie review where we're not actually reviewing the full movie. And the reason why we're not reviewing the full movie is because this absolutely sucked. This movie was terrible. It was like a John Cena squash match for 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was. Jackie Chan wasn't up to much. A lot of it was in Chinese. John Cena just being a complete goofball. And it just looked like it was in the future, but it wasn't supposed to be set in the future. Like all these futuristic buses, it was like Speed on crack. It was like Chinese Speed.
Chinese Speed. There was no plot. There was no story. The start of the movie is weird. Normally the start of the movie tries to establish a storyline and establish characters. We didn't get that. You literally tried to like establish all the characters at the same time. And by like 5 minutes into the movie, everyone's basically going about their own way, and we don't know who's who. We don't know what's happening. We don't know why this is happening. You've got Jackie Chan and his daughter having family beef. You've John Cena, who is called Chris Van Home, or Horn, what a shit name that is. He's got beef with this crew that turn up and want him to do one more job. I found it really hard to follow this movie. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, I'm not saying I need it to be simple, but Jesus Christ, normally they spend the first 15-20 minutes building up and setting establishing the plot, establishing the groundwork. We didn't get this. This movie, literally 5 minutes in, the movie's underway, the story's underway, the ambush is underway, the journey's underway, and it was like I'm watching it, and 1 minute you've got Jackie Chan speaking to some guy in a helicopter in American, and then he's having a full-blown conversation in Chinese.
I've watched a lot of movies. I've reviewed a lot of movies on this channel, and I'd say this is up there with the worst.
Now, we know John Cena is really good in Mandarin. I don't think we got to see any John Cena's Mandarin. But even before that, he's like in the Middle East or whatever, and it was just not a good movie. Let's put it that way.
According to Wikipedia, Sylvester Stallone was supposed to be in this movie instead of John Cena, but he backed out, and then Cena replaced him. And you know what? Based off the movie, I can see why he backed out.
Yeah, maybe Sylvester Stallone knew this movie was going to be shit. It did get a 1 out of 10. Most ranking sites are ranking it 1 out of 10. A lot of like movie review critics and stuff are saying it's one of the worst movies of the year. Yeah, no, I thought it was very, very poor, guys, so we didn't get to finish it all. It was just very futuristic, and I can't be dealing with that. There was one scene where this woman gets punched through the bus, and she flies out the front window of the bus, but there's enough velocity and force behind the punch that she flies. And keep in mind, these buses are going like 60 miles an hour. She flies that far ahead of the bus that she's got time to land on the ground back first, then Undertaker rise up, sit up, look at the bus, and then quickly just back down onto the ground and lay flat so the bus can drive over her. And you don't understand, like, if you're going to get punched with that much force to send you that far, you're dead.
Yep. You know what it felt like to me, though? It felt like Fast and Furious. See the scene where, like, Cena's crew, like, hijack one of the buses and take them? It felt like a Fast and Furious hijacking scene. A really shite Fast and Furious scene.
You know in Terminator, when Kyle Reese at the end is fighting the Terminator, and all the Terminator needs to do is, like, literally hit him once, and he's on the verge of being dead. And when it hits him, he doesn't fly back. Like he doesn't like do this unrealistic thing where he flies 10 feet into a wall. None of that shit happens. He literally just gets wiped. They like backhands him, and he falls over, and he's pretty much fucked at this point. He's hanging on, life support. But if they'd done that movie nowadays, they'd probably have Kyle Reese get punched. They'd fly 20 feet back into a brick wall, and then he would jump back up and run back at the Terminator. I hate things like that in movies today. Garbage, guys. So I mean, I wouldn't recommend this. I did say Big Match John's great. I said he's probably the best guy from wrestling to transition into movies, but I wouldn't recommend this movie. I know it's getting a 1 out of 10 by most people. I'm actually going to give it a 0 out of 10, and again, I didn't finish it all, but I think 0 out of 10 is probably fair.
No, it doesn't help it, though. It was made 5 years ago and it came out now. That doesn't help movies. That screams to me that it was just an afterthought, and it's like, oh, fuck, we've got to release this. I forgot we made this.
Yeah, maybe it was
like, there's no polish to it. There's no post-production. It's just fire this fucking out.
Maybe they intended to can it or something, and they thought, nah, it's already been filmed. Let's just.
Yeah, I'm going to get a 0 out of 2, and you know what?
0 out of 2?
0 out of 10. Sorry, and that is probably the lowest rating I've ever gave a movie on this channel.
Now, will we one day go back and actually sit through this and watch it all?
No.
Well, I mean, maybe, but if we're really bored for content, then perhaps we will. But yeah, guys, 0 out of 10. Really, really poor. I know John Cena's got more movies though coming out this year, next year, so we'll probably check out some of them. But as for Hidden Strike, guys, it should have stayed hidden. Till next time, peace.